I put up a video earlier today called "If You're Not Part of the Solution," Part 1. Self-explanatory. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And there is a problem. One of the problems is we don't know what our numbers are at all. But I'm not willing to believe that they're only, 3,000 to 5,000 based on the few people who have signed that petition. That I'm not going to talk about too much anymore. I've talked about it a few times. May mention it another few times while it's still going. But, obviously nobody gives a fuck. So, we don't even have any support amongst each other. Never mind, what would happen when we tried to really bring this thing public, But, there's a lot of problems. Trolls is a fucking huge problem. Flat Earth Vancouver, BC. He just put up a video not too long ago, today. Just check it out. Check it out. Check it out. He's exposing one of the so-called truthers. And the way I see it, I'm not going to be winning any popularity contests with this flat earth thing. But I don't care, because what I'm saying, and what a lot of us are saying, is fucking logical. Think about it. This shit just seems to be too much looking like a professional production. Fucking WWE wrestling or some shit. You know what I mean? You got this one, dating that one, this one and that one made a sex tape or whatever the fuck. Really? Flat Earth has a potential sex tape? If that doesn't sound like fucking reality TV or the fucking Kardashians, you know what I mean? I don't know what does. By the way, there's the moon. She's at about 99%. Tomorrow should be a full moon. You get the moon here. Sun just went down almost directly behind me. They'll be at 6 and 12 on the clock tomorrow. The summer solstice tomorrow. But, so, problems, solutions, being part of the problem, being part of the solution. The problem is we've been lied to by people that are really good at it, too. They've had a lot of practice. They've had 500 or so years. We've only had a couple of years to come out of this, I think we're doing pretty good for the amount of time we've had. They sit you in a classroom, okay? They tell you about the Civil War. They tell you about the Revolutionary War. Civil War, oh yeah, that's right, we had some slaves, but never mind that, we made no mistakes, right? You don't hear shit about the Vietnam War. You get World War I for a day. And for some reason, World War II is all you hear about for the rest of your time in school. You barely hear about Vietnam. You barely hear about frickin' the Gulf War. You don't hear about any of that shit. And you can't, because the reasons behind it are so sinister. You can't sit kids in a classroom and explain to them why we fought these wars. But here's the thing. If you don't tell the kids who are going to be running the world what really happened and why it happened, how the hell can they be expected to make any fucking correct choices when they're running the world? Almost seems like they don't want them to be able to, doesn't it? It almost seems like by that point it's not going to matter, because all those young minds that you're bullshitting, they're all going to fall into your one ideology, your one worldwide ideology that you want. So just make workers. You don't want thinkers. That's the plan. Workers, not thinkers. And soft. Oh my God. Listen, man, I'm almost 40 years old. I work with kids that are 20 years old that just it's like the kid's got a fucking anvil on his back or something. I'm like, dude, what's going on? Oh, I'm so tired. Dude, you're half my age. You should be running up that fucking ladder. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what we've made. And hey, look, I got nothing against, gays or trannies or whatever, right? But you start painting the picture that that's pretty much all that we got here is a bunch of fucking girly men, which for the most part is true, okay? Other people in other parts of the world are going to start believing that. America's a fucking scapegoat. I know it is, because as far as everybody in the world is concerned, we're the bully on the block. But we know that it's not just us. We know that it's a worldwide thing. But they have painted the picture that America is the bully on the block. We take all the blame. We take all the heat. You know, so what do you think's going to happen when the leaders of this place just abandon ship? And then, you know, that national debt that we owe? Well, we owe it to somebody. And they're going to want to come collect. And the only revenue that we'll have will be us. Our bodies. Our labor. Okay? I picture China coming here and forcefully just making us grow their food for their growing population. I'm getting off track. Bottom line, you Big Five, if you don't start talking about that list, you know, that petition at least once, you know, if you don't start telling your people that we need to come up with more than just informative videos, which, don't get me wrong, we need the content. I need to be able to refer somebody to the content, because there are people out there, you know, and I'm going to give credit where credit's due. I'm even going to give credit to all you people that I'm calling assholes. Your content's great, and I know that some of us only have one job in this thing, you know, and if your only job is to come up with kick-ass content, that's great, but you know what, freaking, you got all those people at your disposal that will at least do something to help you out. Fucking use it.